RGM.com, and you can go there and you can download the song now. You get an advanced copy that nobody else is going to hear because we're not playing on radio stations. At the same time, well, the video is right now being finished, so that will be coming out at the same time. And I've already seen the prelims on. I've got my. It's really cool. And I think that it tells the story of what happened to me that night. And I am a storyteller, as you can see, and I have many stories to tell. But being a musician and being able to express yourself through lyrics, let's talk more rock is my lingo. It's like through music, we're able to communicate messages that might be able to. I just read a great quote from Ludwig van Beethoven, a talk that one of the highest forms of communication is music, as we all know. So that's what we're all doing is creating, and that's what we have to do to create a better world through music, through communication, and to find common ground amongst us, each other, and stop this malarkey about being divided and conquered. Enough of that crap.
I agree. Bravo. I agree, Richie. Thank you so much. I want to thank Tom. I want to thank all your viewers. Again, we have on the show today legendary drummer Richie Nori from Sweet. Tell us all about his Hillside Strangler. I know Bilal wants to ask one question before we go.
I want to sneak one thing in, Richie, because we're in Ontario and we have a ruling that's just coming into effect now that you can't resell tickets at a gain. So if you buy tickets for a concert, you're like, I can't go. You put them on the resale market, you can't pay an increase. So I think for a long time, a lot of people have felt like, wow, I can't, I'm not there when the tickets go on sale and then they get resold and I can't afford to go. And in our province of Ontario, which is one of the biggest in Canada, the laws changed. And I think this is something you're going to see across the board, hopefully through all North America and globally. So I think there is a time coming where music, especially live music, is going to become more affordable. So I guess selfishly for our region, but hopefully eventually for the whole world, what do you say to people who feel like they've been priced out of live music? And as that's starting to push back and they're going to get the opportunity to do it again, why should they go see a band live as these things change?
Well, there's a big ruling that just came down between Live Nation and Ticketron, and so that's changing everything. So you should look into that. But that just got passed. They won against that monopoly, and that's going to alter things quite a bit. So exactly what's happening, what you mentioned, is there's the pushback. So yeah, I saw a 3-day concert, Devonshire Downs, with Hendrix, Marvin Gaye, everybody, from Creedence Clearwater. It cost me $15 for all 3 days, which I didn't have the money for at the time in 1969. And this woman ran over my bike while I picked up Italian cheese for my mom, and she gave me $20, and that's what got me in the concert. But that $15 bought me 3 days of every band you could ever imagine. Now these tickets are thousands of dollars, so it's ridiculous what's going on. And there is big pushback by both sides of the aisle. Musicians, that's not where we're at. But, my nephew is in that ticket business, and they make a lot of money selling those tickets. It's a whole industry, so, it's just what we all live with.
Let us know next time you're up in Ontario, because we'll be out there to support you and promote you and watch a great show. On the show again today, we have legendary drummer from the band Sweet, Ballroom Blitz. We have Richie and Nori tell us all about his wonderful career, and it is very extensive. Richie, thanks again for being on the show. We're going to have you back.
Thank you for this, and it's my pleasure, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Richie. Take care. All right. On the show today, we had from the band Sweet, we had Richie and Nori tell us all about his wonderful career, his experience with the Hillside Strangler. I don't know. What would you do if you were in that house, Bilal?
I would like to think I would have been more careful, but we'll never know. We'll never know.
I don't know. Let's just think. Let's put ourselves in that scenario. So I'm in a house with drug dealers, and we have drugs and guns and money all over the house. And you have fake cops outside trying to break in. Besides
Run?
panicking, right? Besides panicking, I know I would be looking very hard at those cops outside the door. I would be looking very hard. I'd be going, you're not, because that just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense that guys with guns are at your door. And I know Richie said word of mouth, which it could be true, but I'm just saying, I don't know. It'd be a very scary incident, though. I'd for sure, right? That would be, well, rock and roll, right? Rock and roll. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and guns.
Yeah. And guns, jeez.
I love the way he was talking about his career. Like that's very cool about how many musicians, like from like you might not even know the band Rainbow. Like Rainbow was a 60s rocking band, just like the Spencer Davis Group and the Zombies, like legendary bands. And then from him to move on to Emerson, Lake and Palmer, like another legendary band, to play with Ronnie James Dio. Like that's crazy. That's why I asked him, growing up in California, do you think you had any advantages over somebody who's growing up in, Minnesota? And I don't know. I don't know if you do, because California is so spread out. It's not like New York City, where if you're in New York City, you can hit all the hot spots within, like an hour within New York City. They go here, go there. But California, it's so spread out. Maybe Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. But other than that, you got to get in your car and travel to the studios. I love what he said. He said he played with Lindsey Buckingham and from Fleetwood Mac, like in the studio.
There is so much. I didn't even process that when he said it. That's how much stuff. Yeah, I'm just realizing that now.
Yeah, and I like his favorite drummer. That's mine, Don Henley. Don Henley is my favorite drummer and singer, right? Yeah. Like I think he's just so talented. So talented. So how are you doing? I know we had a little bit of a glitch yesterday. Yep. So how was your day yesterday? Everything's okay?
Yeah, I've just been watching the little guy. Long story. I won't bore people with my family stuff going on, but it's man out or woman out. Daddy takes the boy, and that's the hardest job. Like if you haven't had a kid, there is no way to fathom all the life changes that come with it. Like you can tell people sleep. You can tell people you've got to do, your dishes every day. You can tell people your fridge is full, like evaporating. Garbage bins are always filling up. Like I swear, Jay, this week, so I have my bin with garbage. I had 3 additional bags of stuff that they just wouldn't take, that we just had to slowly dump in other places. I probably shouldn't say that on this show, but we dumped it somewhere.
Well, you know what I find? Just to talk a little family, I find taking care of your 1-year-old is the same as taking care of your 90-year-old parent.
Interesting.
Like basically, my mom and dad are in a retirement old age home now, right? They have to have 24-hour service care. So me and my girl or my family or my daughter, my brothers, we try and go every day to see my mom and dad, and they're very well taken care of. But yeah, my parents are pretty much, they can feed themselves and they can talk. My dad has dementia, so he can't remember yesterday, but he can hold a conversation, and he's very happy. My dad's very happy. So if he's happy, he's in no pain, then I'm happy for him. My mom, she's in a lot of pain, but I just wanted to say, like taking care of a 1-year-old is like taking care of your elderly parents. It's exactly the same. Because you can't let your 1-year-old get out of your sight. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
Yeah, you don't know what he's going to do.
And your parents are one step away from falling and ending their life. It's very traumatic. It's very draining in every capacity, like from physically, because my mom and dad cannot move themselves, or no mobility. So we have to move them. And then, so it's physical, and then it's emotional because it's your mom and dad. So it's just like, but you don't realize that every kid goes through it.
Yeah. This is a lot of
every kid I've met so many, and I'm 60. So I've met so many people at my age, not met. I know so many people my age that are either went through it, are in the midst of going through it, or will be going through it. Like it's almost, you don't think about it, but you would almost want your parents to die in their sleep. To die, like just to, you know, you're healthy and then you're dead. To watch your parents go from being vibrant community difference makers, the pillar of your family, your heroes, to go from watching them to go here to not being able to take care of them. It's tough, very traumatic, but I would recommend if you have that opportunity to take care of your parents, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Not only do it for your soul, do it for your heart, do it for yourself, and do it for your parents, right? You owe it to your, but just because you owe it to somebody doesn't mean people do it.
Yeah.
Do it for yourself because it'll last forever.
Yeah. And
right?
it's
just like taking care of your kid.
Yeah.
Just like taking care of your kid. When you have a kid, I would highly recommend be in that kid's life 24/7 to the point where they push you away and go, okay, I'm good.
Yep. Yeah, no, and again, I won't go too deep into stuff, but like I had my grandfather, he had dementia as well, passed away at 89. So it's just, and it's different, right? Grandparents and parents are different, but it's like when they're gone. Like that's it, they're gone, and you can't get that time back. And it was a similar situation, right? Like he was happy, but he didn't remember stuff. He would mix people up, and it's tough.
It's
but,
tough.
You know what? It's at least even in that state, like he got to meet my wife, right? You know, and if he hadn't survived in that state, he couldn't go to the wedding because he wasn't able to go at that time. But like at least my wife got to meet him, right? So it's like, that's you know, and I can't. Things just happen. You can't even like calculate them on some level.
Because people regret, right? People regret. Oh, I wish I would.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I would. I wish I would. You know what? Don't wish and do.
Yep. And then if you've done it,
because you'll be happy you did.
Yep.
You'll be happy you did. So yesterday, I had a whole show planned. I spent 3 hours in the morning because I knew I was going to be by myself.
Yeah, so you want to be more
because
prepared.
you weren't with me, right?
Yep.
And Hugh wasn't going to be with me. So, like, I just want to talk about some of the stuff I planned was Mexico leaders are now getting the governor of Sinaloa, or what's it called?
No idea.
Sinaloa, or, you know, down in Mexico.
Yeah.
He got arrested for working with the cartels. The governor of Sinaloa. That's it. Yeah.
That's high
got
up.
arrested. Yeah, they got and they said this is because of the DEA in America. Like they're down there now and they're changing the game.
That's
like
good.
for a governor to be arrested. So that was pretty big news. I see on the did you see that the EAU is leaving OPEC?
I think I heard something, but I didn't read a whole lot about it.
So there's four trigger points that I was reading up on, all happening in one day. And it was the Comey arrest, who now allegedly, it looks like these are real charges with a 20-year sentence that he has now, according to resources, he has flipped. And he's flipped regarding the Russia hoax. I said this all along. I said this 8647 is just a ploy. It's just a ploy to get him into the FBI office, to sit him down and go, listen, here's your opportunity to either get a lighter sentence or stay out of jail. So that's the one trigger point. That's going to start the trigger of the Russia indictments and convictions. The second thing is Trump is doing with the oil and OPEC. So OPEC's now falling apart. EAU is now out and going to join America's oil energy reserve. Watch. That's going to happen. The next one is they said Iran put forth another proposal to Trump this morning or last night that I don't think he accepted, because I think now he knows he's squeezing their energy capacity. And that means he's squeezing in China's and Russia's energy capacity. And then the last one they said was the king did not come to America for a friendly visit.
Oh.
He came to America. Like, this is the first time in history the leader of England has come to America. First time ever.
Okay, I didn't know that.
For a state visit. For a state visit, first time ever. And they said, this, hey, how you doing, Donald? This was, okay, we know the new world order is now taking shape via Donald Trump, and we want to be in that new world order. This is why the king came to America. First time ever.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I guess at some point, you may visit Harry and Meghan at some point too, right? I mean, because you said an official state visit. I'm like, well, he should also see Harry and Meghan sometime in LA, right? He should pop by.
You really think the king's going to go see Harry?
I know, I'm just joking. But, you know, maybe he could have made it a 2-for-1 trip.
So those are
We'll
some
see.
pretty big developments. And again, it's just what people are reporting. But
Yeah.
OPEC is EAU's leaving. I think the king, and I think this Comey indictment is just going to be a snowball, because they're saying now that Pam Bondi was slow walking everything Donald Trump wanted to be done, which I don't understand why, unless she's looking the other way or she's being compensated. Like, if you're a law enforcement officer and you're not investigating people that need to be, what are you doing? I'm not saying you got to charge them, but you got to investigate them.
I'm still seeing more stuff that the DOJ was hiding Epstein files, so it's got to play out. Like, I could be a mix of the two, but it's still early for me to, like, we just don't know like much. You know?
I did hear some new Epstein stuff. I'm just trying to think. What did I hear? I heard something about. Oh, they found a suicide note from 7 years ago.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yep.
Yeah, so there's something.
There's something being pushed back in some way, but we just
there's
don't know.
something going on with this Epstein.
It's too much.
The more and more time goes on, the more and more it's fishy. And is the guy really dead? Like,
I think he's dead.
So now you find his suicide note from 7 years ago. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? And now they're saying, oh, I know what they're saying. They're saying something, and I said this all along. You know who the justice system now has turned their eyes on?
No, I don't know.
Because they found documents, and I'm going to paraphrase.
Yeah.
Basically, the documents were not what the person was saying in public. Like, he's lying. And guess who that is?
Well, I have no clue.
Bill Barr.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Bill Barr.
Yeah. I guess that's
Trump's attorney general, who pretended to be on Trump's side, but really was not, because he is now it's according to Georgia courts, he was working with Fani Willis.
I don't even know who
Remember Fani Willis?
I have no idea who that is.
Fani Willis was the Georgia prosecutor who tried to prosecute Trump on the phone call that said, find me 11,000 votes. And then it turns out that her advisors told her, listen, don't take this case against Trump because your star witness who works for you is your boyfriend.
Yeah, fair point.
Okay? So don't take the case because you got to put your boyfriend in the chair for questioning, and it's going to come out that you're dating him.
Yeah.
Don't take this case. She took the case, and it came out that her star witness was her boyfriend, and she was spending taxpayer dollars on her boyfriend.
Well, I guess good thing we only
didn't disclose that, and Bill Barr's working with her. So we'll see what happens. But I really enjoyed our interview with Richie. Like, what a superstar! I can't imagine being a rock star for a living.
Well, and I'll be very honest. I had nothing prepared for that, and I was just listening to you two, and I had a whole sheet full of stuff because he's such a interesting guy, and like anything you threw at him, he just knocked it out of the park. Like, what a guy! Like,
yeah, it was great. Yeah. It was great conversation. I really thank everybody for tuning in. We have a little music today. We stayed away from politics mostly, right? Yeah. We stay away from that sometimes, just give people a break.
Yep.
Yeah, talk about other things, fun things. So again, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you Monday on the Honest John podcast.
man accused of trying to kill President Trump during Saturday's White House Correspondents' Dinner, he's due in court today. The detention hearing comes a day after prosecutors released this selfie right on your screen. It shows Cole Allen armed with what they say appear to be ammunition, a sheathed knife, a shoulder holster, and wire cutters. This was about an hour before the shooting. News Nation Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley is outside the White House with the latest, dark and early this morning. Good morning, Trevor. Allen's lawyers say he should be released ahead of the trial. What is the defense saying here?
Hannah, good morning to you. Cole Allen's lawyers are pushing the court to free their client ahead of this trial. They say he should not be in jail. They believe the government has not offered enough evidence to keep Allen behind bars. They say their client's lack of criminal history and any strong ties to the community means that he should go free, at least for now. But prosecutors are looking to keep him locked up until and throughout the trial. In a filing Wednesday, the Justice Department called Allen a, quote, uncommonly serious danger to the community, claiming he checked the president's movements online throughout Saturday night, as well as wrote emails both apologizing for and explaining his actions. In a new filing Wednesday, the Justice Department shared this photo of Allen that was taken just minutes before the shooting. They also released photos of the weapons that he was carrying when he was arrested. Those weapons include a pistol, a shotgun, and more than a dozen and a half knives. Prosecutors also sharing a, quote, apology and explanation that was allegedly attached to emails Allen sent just moments before that foiled attack. It reads in part, quote, I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. Allen is charged with attempting to assassinate the president, along with 2 firearms charges. He faces life in prison if convicted. Hannah?
There were also some questions.